Hi guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm gonna be doing an updated Q&A for you guys. I asked you guys over on my community tab on YouTube to ask me questions for a future video. Hopefully you guys saw that either on your subscriptions page on YouTube or on your homepage. But if you missed it, don't worry, there's always gonna be another chance to ask me some more questions. I like to do these videos very often, about every 3 to 4 months, because a lot changes in 3 months. And I feel like these videos are just a good way for you guys to see my personality, get a little bit more insight on my personal life. And I always have new subscribers that maybe don't know me as well, so I love doing these videos quarterly for you guys. They're just a lot of fun to do. Thank you to everybody who asked me a question, and without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm gonna try and answer as many as I can. If I don't get to your question, I'm so sorry. I hate that. Like, that makes me so sad, but I'm gonna try my best. If not, then I will answer it in a future vlog or something. First question: how do you get to buy all the things that you do? Where is your income coming from? There's also another question very similar, which said streams of income, so I'm just gonna group those together. Oh, also, I poured myself a nice glass of wine. It's Saturday night over here, and I'm about to meet some of my friends to go out, and this will be good. This will open me up, make me a little less nervous for this video, because I always get nervous doing personal videos. But cheers. I always get this question, I feel like every single Q&A that I do, but if you guys are new here and don't know, I am a full-time content creator, primarily just YouTube. So all my income right now is coming from YouTube alone. And I know that's hard to believe since I am a smaller creator, but there are multiple streams of income that YouTube provides. So I'll give you guys a few that are my main ones. First stream of income is, of course, Google AdSense. I get paid monthly from them, and basically anytime you guys see an ad across my video, I get like pennies to the dollar on it. Not much at all, but it does add up, and I'm grateful for that. Yeah, definitely not my main form of income, but if I got more views on my videos, I could definitely see where that easily could be my main form of income. The second one is affiliate links. So anytime that I do a haul or just mention products in a video and I have them linked down below, if you guys make a purchase through one of those links, not all links that I provide, but the affiliate ones, then again, I will sometimes get pennies or even dollars through each purchase. So when you guys purchase through my links, it really does help me out, and I'm very, very grateful for that. Obviously, I don't want you guys to feel obligated to make a purchase through my links, but if you like a product that I show and you're gonna buy it anyways, might as well click on the link and buy it there, because it doesn't hurt you or affect you in any way. It only helps me, and it makes me able to keep making these videos for you guys. The third and final main form of income that I have from YouTube is sponsorship. So when a brand wants to work with me, and if I want to work with them, because I don't just work with anybody, I'm very picky with who I work with. I turn down probably 2 brand deals a day, which is honestly a lot for a small creator like me. It'll be either a gifted partnership or a paid sponsorship where I'll get money from that. Obviously not if it's gifted, but if it's paid, then that's how I get paid. So yeah, I always want to be open and honest with you guys about that kind of stuff, but I've been a full-time YouTuber for 2 years now, ever since I graduated college, but I've been doing YouTube since I was a junior in high school. I'll get to more job-related questions later on. An old friend of mine asked, "Girl, so curious if when you started getting a large following, the people you went to school with or church that maybe you didn't interact with too much started reaching out to you." Hi girl, I hope you're doing well. I don't want to say her name in this video in case she doesn't want to be exposed, but you know who you are, and I hope you're doing well. That's a really good question, and it's making me think. Honestly, I don't know, probably not that many. But I went to a really small school. My church was a little bit bigger for a church, but obviously I've met so many people through those experiences and going to that church and that school. And of course, with me having a following on YouTube, I'm gonna have some people from the past like reach out or maybe speak to me when they didn't before. I mean, that just, it comes with its territory. It comes with this job. But also I feel like people grow, and I'm not the same person I was in middle school, high school, even college. I feel like if those people didn't interact with me back then or didn't like me back then, it doesn't mean they can't now. Like, I don't think it's because they want clout necessarily. I don't have any clout to give. I'm not a huge creator or anything. But yeah, I mean, I have had probably like a handful of people reach out that I was like, oh, okay, like I remember they were kind of mean to me, or they openly didn't like me. But like I said, not that many, probably a handful. Now, if I had like hundreds of thousands of subscribers, things might be different, but Yeah, but it is really interesting to see people from my past or people from my church or my old school reach out or like say hey to me in public and mention that they watch my YouTube videos or DM me. I get a lot of DMs and just messages like that, and it always shocks me because I really do separate that part of my life from YouTube. Even my friends that watch my videos, they'll be like, oh, I watched your vlog, and I'm like, oh my God, like I vlog, like it's just, it's completely separated in my mind. They're two different categories. I don't know why. Not that my personality is any different on camera, it's completely not. Even my friends have said that, but I think it's just like a mental thing for me. Like I'm the same person, but I don't expect anybody to watch my videos, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. I really can't explain it. But yeah, that's just how I feel. What makes your boyfriend different from previous relationships? Do you think he is the one? How do you know? That is a great question. First off, he doesn't lie to me. He doesn't cheat on me like other boyfriends have. No, I'm just kidding. Not every single one of my boyfriends has done that. Maybe one, but no shade, no tea. He's just an awesome person. Like I honestly can't even describe or put it into words how amazing he is. That boy truly loves me, and I know that. All my friends love him, which in the past wasn't always true. I don't think all my friends collectively liked any of my past boyfriends except maybe like a high school boyfriend or something. I've known his intentions from the beginning, like from when we first started talking. I knew he liked me, which usually would give me the ick. Like if a guy openly liked me and was like pursuing me, it gave me the ick for some reason because I wanted to pursue them and I wanted it to be like a little chase, which is not normal. Like that's not good. Like a girl shouldn't do that. Like that should be the guy's job to chase. But I just didn't like not chasing a guy. I didn't like them to be all over me or like openly like me and not like anybody else. But I knew that he was into me and only into me from the very beginning. But there was something different with him than in the past. Like I said, it did not give me the ick. If anything, it just made me like him more. And I just never had to wonder if it was me or somebody else. Like it was always me. He just makes me feel so special, and he truly wants me to be the best version of myself. He encourages me every single day, but not where it's like controlling, because I've had that in the past also. But he never has ever tried to do that. He loves me for me, and I love that for me. I've had my fair share of relationships. I think this is my third like public one that I posted about on YouTube, but I've had other like relationships or situationships even in between that you guys haven't seen, but I would say he's my third love and definitely my final. I know he's the one. I know he's the one. We have so much fun together and I just love him so much, and I hope I truly hope that everybody watching this video can find a love like that and find somebody that loves you as much as he loves me. Like seriously, like makes me want to cry, but I'm not trying to brag in any way. Because I did not expect, I mean, this came out of nowhere. I was like, oh my God, like I'm never gonna find love. So this is hope for you guys. If you're in that stage or in that mindset, it will come, I promise. Another question about my boyfriend. Do you and your boyfriend want to move in together when either of your leases end? So my boyfriend is currently in college. That makes me sound so old, but we're literally the same age. I'm a few months older. I'm a cougar, what can I say? I always date younger guys. I graduated 2 years ago and he graduates in the fall, which is actually early for him. He's graduating early, but kind of late because he came over to the US late and started college late. He got recruited for soccer, so he's on a soccer scholarship. He's amazing. So yeah, he graduates in the fall and my lease is up in December. He's on a visa for the soccer scholarship. I have no idea how this works. He's not a US citizen, but he's on a visa for college and soccer, whatever. And that will end, I think, spring 2024. So after that's up, he'll have to get something called an OPT where he'll have to work for a company for a year in order to stay over here. I'm not gonna get into the logistics of it all because it honestly stresses me out, but yeah, so I don't know my next steps. I don't know if I'm gonna renew my lease or if I'm gonna look into buying something, probably a condo. I don't really want a house yet because I don't know what the future holds for me or him, and like where we're gonna stay or like settle down at. But I like the idea of a condo for some reason. So yeah, if I were to buy a condo, I don't know if that's something that I would just do myself or if we would purchase it together. I have no idea. Just that depends on a lot of different things. But if I were to renew my lease and he was like in between not knowing what he was doing, then we probably would, because he's not even from here. So it just all depends. But yeah, most likely, if it makes sense financially. Speaking of my boyfriend, he asked me, have you stuck to all your New Year's resolutions? He's on me about my New Year's resolutions in a good way. Okay, I'm looking at them right now. My first one was go to therapy for my OCD and anxiety. And that's currently in the works. I'm on the wait list. I go in June. My second one was read 10 plus books this year. I'm currently on my 9th book of the year, so again, a work in progress. My third one was find a routine, which I've definitely been better at. I feel like I have a good routine now versus last year. I really struggled with balance. Get better sleep, fix my sleep schedule. I have definitely improved on that a lot. Travel to Europe's on there. I'm also doing that. Post more on YouTube. I've gotten so good at that. Last year, I really slacked, and I think I was doing like 1 video a week. Get back into Pilates. I'm doing that. Find a new church, currently in the works on that. I visited one, I wanna visit another, but I've always got my home church, like my hometown church that I could go back to. I just really wanna find a good church and just stay there for a while, but I don't know if I wanna go back to my hometown church, the church that I grew up in. I just feel like I want a little bit of change. So I'm working on that. Go on more walks, I have not done that. Drink 2 Stanleys a day. I'm bad about that. I haven't done that every day. Another one was drink less. I'm trying to stop drinking like during the week unless it's like a super special occasion. Not that I do every week, but you know, like if I go out to dinner or a baseball game or go play pool during the week, like I usually have a drink. So I'm trying to limit that because I do like to go out on Saturdays with my boyfriend, his friends, and my friends. So I just try to limit that. I'm working on that, but it's Saturday. What cosmetic procedures do you think are most worth the money? Have you had anything done you don't think was worth it or that you regret? So I'll tell you guys everything that I've had done cosmetically. I have not had any surgery, none. I would 100% tell you guys that. I know there's some YouTubers out there that say they haven't gotten anything done or say they will never get anything done, and they definitely have gotten it done. But I'm open and honest with you guys, always, 100%. So I've gotten Botox, I've gotten filler, microblading, lip blushing, laser hair removal. I think that's it. Obviously, I have extensions and eyelash extensions, but I don't count those as like procedures. Procedures I feel like is like needles. So we'll go with that, or laser, that's a procedure. I would definitely say that filler and Botox are the most worth it to me. And laser hair removal, I honestly cannot choose. Like those are all tied for first. I love lip filler because my lips were super small once upon a time, and I just was insecure about it, and it's something that makes me more confident. So love that for me. Botox, specifically masseter Botox. I am a chronic teeth grinder because I have anxiety and it's really bad. My dentist, he confirmed that it is very bad. So I have a mouth guard or a night guard, but honestly I don't even wear that anymore because masseter Botox has helped tremendously. I actually need to get it redone because I'm grinding really bad recently. Like my jaw will start hurting when the Botox wears off. My jaw pops even with the Botox. There's been times before I got masseter Botox where I could not eat. It was terrible. I had to take like a muscle relaxer. It was just awful. So that is huge for me. And then also laser. I've only had 2 sessions, but guys, I haven't shaved under my armpit in like 3 weeks. It's white because I got a spray tan. 3 weeks. Like what? I used to have to shave every day. So yeah, there's nothing that I would say isn't worth it. Those are definitely my favorite. Suggestions on how to distance yourself from a friendship that has become toxic. This is a good one. I feel like in your 20s, you will gain a lot of friends and lose a lot of friendships as well. And you are not growing if you're not losing friendships, because I feel like it's important to outgrow friendships. You're not gonna be the same person you were in your mid to late 20s that you were in college or high school. Like you're gonna outgrow people and you're gonna realize who your true friends are. And you're also gonna realize like maybe you're not on the same path and you are who you hang out with. Like to be honest, like if you are hanging out with somebody that parties all the time and does drugs and maybe doesn't really have any goals for themselves, like ultimately they're gonna drag you down. And I feel like that's normal for friendships to just kind of fade. But I would say definitely have a conversation with them and just tell them, hey, you know, because most of the time this is warranted. Like it's not, oh, I just don't want to be friends with this person anymore. Most of the time they've done something to upset you or they just treat you bad. So that deserves a conversation. Like, hey, you know, I've really loved our friendship. I've really cherished it, but I just don't think that this is serving a purpose in my life anymore for X, Y, and Z. And for me personally, I have only had to have those conversations after I've given them multiple chances and they just kept doing me wrong and proving me wrong. Like, yeah, obviously, I don't think ghosting a friend is ever okay, feel like they were important in your life at one time and you should give them the respect to have a conversation with them. Unless of course they like hooked up with your boyfriend or something, that's different. But if it's just like, oh, maybe they have talked bad about you, or they betrayed you, they lied to you, whatever it may be, maybe have a conversation and like, hey, I think you know why I'm about to say this, but I just think that we should kind of go our separate ways for a little bit. I really appreciate you being in my life for this amount of time, but I just don't think that you respect me and treat me the way that I deserve to be and that I've treated you. And I think I would just leave it at that. Sadly, people are not going to treat you the way that you treat them, and that's not a reflection on you. That is 100% a reflection on them. And don't ever forget that. What is something that would surprise people about you? This is a good one. I actually asked my boyfriend about this earlier. He said how intelligent I was, which was so sweet. But I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything. But I do feel like people kind of mistake me for like a dumb blonde. Don't get me wrong, I definitely have my ditzy moments, but I did graduate at the top of my class in high school. I did graduate with honors in college. Like, I am very book smart, but I definitely have my moments where I come across as like, why did I just say that? Yeah, so that was really sweet he said that, because I asked him this question because I honestly had no idea. But one that I did think of is how short I am, because I feel like I've met a few subscribers that were like, oh my gosh, like, I knew you were short, but you are so small. Like, I'm only 5'1", I'm like 5 3/4. So I feel like that always surprises people, because seeing me on camera is different, obviously, than seeing me in person. And then another one is that I'm actually a very hard worker. Again, I feel like content creators, influencers kind of get a bad rap for just being lazy, and I totally get that. Like, we have it so good compared to people that have 9-to-5 jobs or have to work multiple jobs just to afford rent. We have it so good. I am so blessed, so extremely grateful. This is my dream job, but also I'm working till like midnight most nights. Like, it's kind of crazy. I don't have an editor, I don't have a manager, I don't have any help behind the scenes. It's me that's doing everything, and that is a lot. And I'm not saying I don't get enough credit for that. I don't want the credit, it's fine. I'm doing this because I love it. I would do it even if I didn't get paid. But yeah, I just really pride myself in that. And also, I've had several jobs before YouTube. I worked for my dad's company, and all the employees there all the time would be like, Tori, like, you know your dad owns this dealership. You do not have to work that hard. Like, you can take breaks. And I would always be like, no, like, when I do something, I'm gonna put my all in it. I'm gonna give it my 100% effort. That's just who I am, and I've always been that way with every single job that I've done. I also think it's my anxiety and me being a perfectionist that definitely plays into it, honestly. But yeah, I would say I'm definitely a hard worker. Last and final question. What was your big announcement if you can't tell us yet or things still going as planned? Also, some more questions I'm gonna tie in with this one that I saw is, what are your career goals and new job? So a while back, I mentioned to you guys that there was a lot of changes going on in my life and that I would announce it soon. I kept pushing back the dates that I was gonna announce it, and then I told you guys finally in January I would be able to announce it. Haven't announced it yet because, long story short, it's no longer in the works. This is a super long story. I could definitely do a full-blown story time on this. I've not talked about this yet on my channel for multiple reasons, but I'm gonna talk about it now. I'm gonna give you guys the very short version because I could sit and talk about this for an hour. I'm not even joking. But basically, my dad owned a car dealership for 55 years. It was in the family for 55 years. He ran it, managed it for 45 years. And one of my half brothers also helped him run it and manage it. I actually did a video with my dad a few years back when we sold the dealership, so I'll have that linked in the description box if you guys want to check that out. But in that video, my dad basically said that he didn't want to retire and he wanted to do something as a family and do something that I wanted to do. Since I didn't get a chance to run the dealership, he did give me the option to. And he always told me that he wanted to do something as a family and start something together, me and him and my mom, and then that would be basically my baby and my business, and I would take over it, and that would be what I do with my life. So he's had this set in stone like idea that he's wanted to do for years, ever since I filmed that video. I've had an idea that I've wanted to do for years, and we found a business essentially that merged both of our ideas. So we found that January of 2023. We visited it for the first time. A few months later, we put in an offer, and a few months after that, we went under contract. And basically, there were so many bumps in the road, roadblocks, red flags even. That was 100% God saying, get away, like this is not what you're supposed to do. And me and my parents both, like we prayed for this every night, like if this is what we're supposed to do, like let us have a peace about it. I never had a peace about it. I was actually the most anxious I ever was back in the fall when we were under contract. My mom did not want to do it, but me and my dad honestly were really excited about it. I'm not gonna go into detail because like we're still gonna pursue that plan probably, but just not that particular business, if that makes sense. So there were several things that slowed us down and prolonged the process of us signing these papers. And then finally in December we went to sign the papers. My dad got bad news from a cardiologist. It was not true. The cardiologist told him that he was in heart failure and then he had to get more tests done. So we put this on the back burner for like a week while my dad was trying to schedule extra tests to get done to make sure that his heart was okay. And then the lady that he was trying to schedule through ended up in the hospital, so that's why she was never returning his call, so he could not get this scheduled for like a week. And while all this was going on, the people that we were buying from went outside of the contract and pursued different offers, lied to our face about it, and we found out. And so we just told them that we no longer wanted any part of this because, like, as my dad thought he was in heart failure. Also, by the way, he's not. He got a perfect healthy bill. Thank God. That was our main focus, obviously. But as my dad was going through that, these people that we're potentially buying from are trying to get other offers. Like, it was just not okay. And we did not want to buy a business from somebody like that. Ultimately, we were gonna have to work with them a little bit in order to take over and like that whole process. So yeah, we just decided against it. And obviously this happened for a reason. God has a plan. Like, why else would God scare me and my family like that and be like, oh, your dad is in heart failure, but then he's perfectly fine. So yeah, that's that on that. That particular plan is no longer in the works. It's for a reason, and I 100% have a peace about that and know that that was God's doing. And I'm so thankful to see that, because in hindsight, like, it just would have been a bad decision, because we've since then found other opportunities that are so much better, and I'm just very thankful. But everything happens for a reason. I'm a strong believer in that. Yeah, I'm still looking. Me and my parents are still looking at other options, and I'm very excited for the future because I have this, like, I don't know, I feel like there's happiness in the unknown. Like, there's excitement in not knowing everything. And like, I'm 24. I don't have to have my whole life figured out right now, but at least I know like things that I could be doing, things that I want to do. So there's so many avenues that I can explore, and if I don't become a business owner, I can always do a different career, and there's so many different careers and things that I'm passionate about, truly. Like, I'm honestly scared of making the wrong decision because I feel like there's so much I could be doing. But I will always do YouTube, but I don't feel like this is gonna be my forever only job, if that makes sense. So guys, that is all the questions I'm gonna answer because I've already been filming for like 45 minutes and I have to go. But if I didn't answer your question, I'm so sorry. I will answer it in an upcoming vlog, maybe my pack with me that I do for Europe. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel down below, and click that bell. I upload every Sunday and Wednesday. Also, don't forget to follow me on all my social medias, which are on the screen and also listed and linked in the description box below. I love you guys so much. I'll hopefully see you all very soon in my next one. Bye guys.